Okay, we are live, guys. I took a cold shower today and well, before that, I went to bed early last night and I woke up early today. And what I realized is that there was this huge event that I had on my calendar that I didn't actually get to watch, and it was the Robinhood event breaking down their new innovations that they have going on. So I want to share with you guys this. It's called The Legend Awakens. It's their event that they just had last night. And essentially, guys, it's crazy because I want to say that I've been using Robinhood for about 8 years now, since 2015. So 9 years now, almost 10 years, and I've always wanted to have more innovations in the realm of charting and being able to map out charting for you guys. And so today, I'm actually gonna show you guys this reveal that apparently we're getting a new whole charting platform that's gonna give us not only everything that we need to be able to identify good deals on Robinhood, which I believe we already have, but these are like the next level tools where you don't need anything else. But on top of that, they're also, I believe, adding futures. So we've seen it in the past. They added the 24-hour market. We're getting into it. So let's get into it. I'm going to start the live stream, and I'm excited, guys. Let's see what they have. I'm going to keep it on track.
Please welcome to the stage, Chairman and CEO of Robinhood, Vlad Tenev.
All right. Wow, look at that crowd. I want to welcome you all to the first ever Hood Summit. Before we get going, I really wanted to send our thoughts to everyone impacted by the hurricane. We are in Florida, and we're happy that all of you were able to get here safely. And thank you all for coming.
Quick side note, I was in Florida, and this was a massive hurricane, and it was really scary. So kudos to Vlad for making sure that everybody made it safely.
So this is an important moment for us because this is the first and biggest event we've ever held for traders. And traders are really at the heart of what we do. It's no exaggeration to say that our first product changed the trading world. And hopefully today you're going to see that this was just the beginning. So who here uses Robinhood to trade?
I use Robinhood.
All right, we invited the right people. It is a Robinhood event after all. Now here's a tougher question. Who here is dissatisfied with the Robinhood experience and thinks it could be way better? Okay, a few people. Thank you for your honesty. Okay, I actually agree with you. And I think it's about time Robinhood levels up in one important area.
So first of all, guys, how important it is that you acknowledge that there is complaints. I feel like most entrepreneurs, this is why nobody watches corporate events that are all about our company is amazing, our company is the best, our company is, there's nothing wrong. What do they call it? Like the smooth sailing duck, and underneath they're like paddling their feet like crazy, but you don't see it. It's just like smooth. But we all know not everything is perfect about the company.
So in our gold keynote back in March, I began by showing some quotes praising Robinhood for all the things that we've been doing well. So I wanted to try something a little different today. Let's look at some quotes about things Robinhood's been doing poorly. Okay, there are some of those on the internet. Here's one from Investopedia. Robinhood's limitations are a recurring challenge for advanced traders. We've got a Reddit one too. If you are insisting on using Robinhood, your options are incredibly limited. Some of the best and most common strategies are
he's starting out basically bagging on Robinhood, which is perfect.
Used on futures and indices, which you can't trade on Robinhood. Dang. Okay, so I won't go through all of these. Well, maybe just one more. Let's see, Timothy Truman on X. LOL, you use Robinhood charts to track prices. They have some of the worst charts out there. Tell me you know nothing about trading without telling me you know nothing about trading. So it might be a little harsh, but I think the critics have a point, and I think you'll see that today's announcements will change all of that. So because this keynote, it's really the culmination of 2 years of work and a change in our thinking. You see, in 2022, we discovered we had a little bit of a problem. While we were really great at helping new investors get started, a lot of our new investors became active traders. They became a little bit more sophisticated. And the more often someone was trading on Robinhood, the less happy they were with our platform. So our most active traders, who should be our most loyal users, began looking for alternatives. They wanted more advanced tools, better charting, more assets. But they soon discovered that none of the alternatives really met their needs either. They loved using Robinhood. They loved the ease of use. They loved the pricing. Maybe some of you resonate with that. And they just wished we would meet their needs. So 2 years ago, we changed our focus. We mobilized our company and put our most hardcore people to the task of making Robinhood the best, most innovative platform for active traders on the market today. So we've already been making some significant strides. Hopefully you've noticed some of them. And before we get to the new stuff, we've got some big announcements. I wanted to recap some of the things we've already delivered this year for active traders. So the first thing, our margin rates. Earlier this year, we reduced our margin rates to the lowest among leading brokerages. Any margin traders? Yeah, this was a popular change. We weren't super competitive before. Now we're industry leading. We've also massively upgraded the trading experience at Robinhood, including the addition of a new tool called Options Simulated Returns. Now this tool, if you're an options trader, you probably already know about. Almost 1 million of our options traders have used this feature to find a proper exit point for their trades. Third, and this starts next week, you'll be able to monitor your realized profit and loss, realized P&L, directly in the Robinhood app.
Yep, definitely need that. I'm glad they added that.
Simple but popular feature, so you can see how you're performing on every single trade. This was highly requested, and it's also the first step towards full tax lot management in the app, which is also coming later this year. I know we have a lot of tax lot management fans, so we've been working hard on that one. Okay, one more thing. A lot of our traders have grown up. Many of you have families, and you'd like to share your finances with them. So we added joint investing accounts. And now, when we talk to a lot of our traders, some of them wanted their partners to be able to keep tabs on their trading. Some of our traders did not want that. So it's optional, okay?
This year, I would want my partner, my wife, to be able to see my trades, because this year we're at 109% on the year. So it's great. In the past, before, this year, maybe I wouldn't want to do a joint account. So that's a funny joke. It's very true, right?
All right, and finally, and even more importantly, we realized something was broken in the industry, something that dated back to 1887. That was the year the New York Stock Exchange first created fixed trading hours. They were open from 10 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. And ever since then, it's been pretty much the same for over 130 years. So last year, we became the first US retail brokerage to offer 24-hour trading of single name stocks. You can now, have you guys used that? You can now trade more than 1,000 symbols on Robinhood 24 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Have you
And
guys used that? I'm actually curious if you guys have used that. Do you still only trade stocks or invest during market hours, or do you find yourself investing after market hours or before market hours? Personally, I've been using it and I've been investing after hours quite often. I think there's a lot of movement that happens after the market closes, actually. But with this feature, it doesn't really close, right? It stays open.
Clearly, our customers are loving it. Since we launched last year, over 30 billion in volume has been executed in just the overnight session. Okay, now let's move on to the new stuff. So today, I'm excited to announce not just the addition of one, but two of the most in-demand trading products to Robinhood. The first one is index options. So we're launching index options.
I'm not entirely sure what he means by this because I've invested in options for the S&P 500, for many different index funds. I just placed an option trade for SOXL, which makes up semiconductor companies like Taiwan Semiconductor, Broadcom. You have even, I think, NVIDIA is in there. And I've done options on index funds since 2018, 2019. So I'm not really sure. Maybe I'm missing something here with the terminology. I don't know that this is new. Somebody enlighten me.
So you guys probably know about them.
Oh, and they're in Miami. I should have been here if they're in Miami. Ah, dang. Guess that's okay.
Options are one of the most actively traded derivatives in the market right now. And when we talk to some of our more experienced users, they ask for them because, unlike individual options, index options allow you to track the performance of an entire market or sector. So they're a really great way to track and take advantage of broad market movements around the clock. Also, because they're cash settled, you can hold them to the close without worrying about things like position sellouts. So index options, they're rolling out in the coming months with the two things you've come to expect from us: great UX and some of the lowest pricing among leading brokerages. Plus, extended trading hours will come to index options next year as well. And now, the other major asset class. The other major asset class is something that our core users have been asking for a long time. Maybe you can guess what it is. There's a little bit of a hint behind me. Yes, futures are coming to Robinhood. All right, so we're going to show them to you, but before, I want to talk a little bit about how we built this. So since we launched 24-hour market last year, we've really built the capability of operating a 24-hour trading system. And this really informed how we designed the product. Futures trade around the clock as well, and we built a brand new interface designed specifically for this asset class. So the asset class responds very quickly to news and events in real time. We're excited to show it to you. So behind me is the Robinhood ladder. And I think you'll see that it works very well, maybe a bit too well. Ever since we've been testing it internally, we've noticed this interesting phenomenon where some of the advanced traders in our company have been trading during meetings and not paying much attention. So I'd like to introduce the biggest culprit, our Chief Brokerage Officer, Steve Quirk, and the lead on this project, Grace Chi, and they're going to show you how the ladder works.
So I don't know if you guys caught that, but I believe he said real-time news. Right now, they have news articles, and these news articles, they come out kind of late, maybe 4 hours, sometimes within an hour after the news article is published. Obviously, when you have something like futures where you're investing based on the underlying assets, we could be saying the US dollar or what have you, or another asset like tech or oil, we're needing to know the news right away, because as soon as that news comes out, you will see the change in the asset price. So him mentioning that we're having real-time news using AI or whatever it is that they use to get the news right now, that's pretty powerful. And it could be powerful for an investor, a trader, someone that is doing long term, but most importantly, that short term need to sell, need to buy news that can really make a difference. So that's something I actually take away from that seems powerful.
Well, thanks, Vlad.
Hey,
And
guys.
by the way, this is quite a energetic crowd. Welcome and thank you for coming.
So he's actually talking about you guys watching the live stream. So you guys are my energetic crowd. Thanks for watching.
So I'm going to openly admit I am very passionate about the market. We have quite a few people here that are very passionate about it. And when we're building something and we can see the benefits that are going to come to retail traders, we get excited. So yes, am I the leader in the clubhouse on alpha testing, beta testing, all levels of testing? Yes. But we think you're really going to like what you're going to see here. So before Grace and I get started, this is going to be an audience participation session. We got a nice, energetic audience, so let's put this to work. I'm going to ask a question, and by the way, everybody know that we have an election coming up? Yeah? We're all cognizant of that? Yeah, I think it's hard to avoid being aware of that. Here's my question. In the 2016 election, was there anybody active in the market, either actively investing, trading, or just monitoring the market as that election was Yes, okay. So we have quite a few people, but I also see some people who don't look voting age at that point in time. So I'm going to give you a reminder of what happened that evening. As the results started to trickle in, the market was reacting pretty poorly. And then it started reacting even more poorly, and we actually hit some limits, so they were halting the market because it was dropping so quickly. And that happened throughout the evening. At one point, we were down almost 6% in the broad-based market. But by the time we opened the next morning, we were up 1%. So everybody in here I watched your hands go up when Vlad asked if you're Robinhood users, so you're all investors and traders. A 7% move in a month, in a quarter, in a year, decent. In a 12-hour session, it's pretty remarkable, right? There was only one asset class trading during that evening. It was futures. And so you could take advantage of that, or you could hedge your portfolio, you could be opportunistic with one asset class. And that's what we're delivering to you today, so that you can take advantage of market-moving news 24/5. So with that, Grace and I are going to walk you through what's rolling out today.
Perfect, thanks Q. So really excited to show you guys how the futures experience was brought into the Robinhood app. So this is really your starting point, and you'll see that at launch, we'll have 36 diverse products across stock indices, crypto, energy, metals, and currency.
I told you this is... You should expect to see more rolling out over time as well. But this is a very good starting point. You have pretty much everything covered. I told you this is going to be an audience participation session. We're going to, guess what? Futures are trading right now. So we're going to actually show you how this works. But I need a volunteer to help me decide what we're going to trade. Yes? Over here. Okay, I'm pointing over there. S&P. The S&P, okay.
Sounds good. S&P, and let's trade the SPOOs. So
creative
I'm
start.
gonna go ahead and pull up the chart, and okay, it's gone.
Like, guys, if we're going to be demonstrating this buy, wouldn't we want to see, yeah, let's buy let's buy that one semiconductor that's providing the chips for, I don't know. They could have been a little more valuable, right? Maybe not. I don't know.
up and
I find it funny though, because it's like people don't use Robinhood only for S&P. There's so much tech that you could buy. They could be more creative with their selection of which investment they go with. Anyway.
and it came back down a little bit today. And Q, normally I go to you for trading advice, but you haven't been doing too hot recently.
Grace, do you really have to be telling everyone?
All right, come on. They need to show the brokerage statements.
She's been watching all my trading. Now you all know how well I've been doing. Thanks for exposing that in front of 300,000 of our best friends.
Got to be honest sometimes. So I'm going to go back to the audience member that I can't really see.
I don't know. It's what it is. It felt weird that she called that out, but it was awesome at the same time, because now you're saying, are they going to have a profitable trade? I don't know if they said they were going to buy or not. Let's see.
Given everything that's happening in the market right now, are you feeling bullish or bearish about the S&P?
What was your name? Sorry. Shri.
Shri, are you feeling bullish or bearish? Bearish now. All right, let's do it.
Was it something we said?
I don't know. Well, since everyone here uses Robinhood, you already know how to trade. But
my biggest ever loss in the stock market, guys, was shorting the S&P. So never short the S&P. You can if you want, but guys, the S&P is one of those things you really never want to short. You never want to short the S&P.
I'm excited to show you a brand new way to trade via the trading ladder. So
not only did they not pick a valuable stock, but they also decide to short the S&P. Let's go.
Get that popped up on the screen. This is going to be the fastest way for you to understand where the market's trading at right now, and for you to decide whether you want to take an action. This tool actually started off as a tool built by the exchange for the institutional trader on the desktop, and in true Robinhood fashion, we have reimagined it for mobile for the retail trader. So I'm going to bring that right up. So here's a ladder, and you can see that the current price is moving around. You'll see the bids, you'll see the asks, and when I say
that's actually epic. So they have the full, they call it the ladder. Yeah. Yes, you can see pending. You can see the P&L, day P&L. So that's interesting. So she's gonna place a trade. Let's see what happens.
You can get into the market by just buying or selling with the buttons at the bottom. But knowing the folks here, you guys are, more advanced traders, and we know that typically.
Do you guys think she's an advanced trader? Let's see.
Folks have a price level they want to get in at. So since I'm feeling, you said bearish, I can get in at, let's say, a price that's a little lower than the market, since I think it might come down. I can tap on the price and tap buy.
She just tapped buy. She tapped buy market, and they were saying bearish. So that okay. But guys, basically, wait, that's not how you would do it, right? I'm not really sure. Now I'm a little confused, but I think if you're bullish in this instance or bearish, you would sell.
Buy. And your working order is in the market right now.
Do you notice she's buying even though you said bearish? She's very optimistic.
That's what's happening.
I have twisted that a little bit. But let's say I want to get a little.
Oh my gosh, guys, they should get somebody that knows how to trade, right? At least for the demo. It's awesome. I love the feature though. It's awesome. I just don't want you guys to be confused. And I love her energy, good attitude. It's good. But that was a little confusing. But basically, yeah, anyway, let's get going.
A little bit more aggressive with price. I can change the price easily by just dragging. dragging and dropping.
It's epic. That is really epic, guys. You know how you have to go onto like Charles Schwab or wherever that you're trading, and you have to go to the transactions or your orders, and you have to like cancel it, and it'll be like, are you sure you want to cancel it? And then you got to go back in and choose the one that you actually want. They basically eliminated all of that. All you do is just drag and drop to change the order. That's pretty epic. I love that.
And let's say we want to get this thing filled because they're going to get mad at me for taking too long. So I'm going to drag and drop it to the current price. And my order just filled.
That's epic.
So let's say at this point, if I'm feeling good about this trade, I can easily take profit. And
now, if they could do this, this is for getting in, right? Let's see, take profit, what that looks like, because how epic would it be if you could do the same thing for a stop loss? Set a stop loss, drag and drop it up and down.
the best way to take profit is actually you can switch from this price level view to a P&L view. And let's say that you want to take profit at $10. I can do that easily by just tap and tap.
So I started by describing a situation where the market was moving rather quickly around the election. There are events.
So hold on, before he says whatever he's about to say, their stock went up about 5% on this announcement. And that's just on the mobile part. I haven't seen the whole. We got a few minutes left, but we'll see what really is causing them to soar. And let's see, what that looks like.
Events that happen around the clock that move the market. And one of the things that's very important is, being able, if you're in a position or you're working some orders, being able to get out of those really quickly if you need to. And so can you walk us through that? Because I think it's an important piece of functionality.
Yeah, definitely. So there's
Okay, guys, she's not a trader though. I think we've established that. I don't know. We can listen to her strategy though.
two ways you can get out. The first is you can manually swipe your working orders off and you just canceled a working order. But let's say the market's really moving and you just want to get out. You can do that by the exit and cancel all button. And this one, Q, we actually built specifically for you, given how you've been trading.
Looks like we might be making money here, though. I don't know.
Yeah, so the only issue with it is if you're investing like this, you're kind of blind trading. A lot of times, at least we haven't seen the stop loss, how you set it from there. Because a lot of times you want to go in with a plan of, I'm going to be buying at this point and I'm going to sell at this point, and if it goes below this, I would sell because that's my stop loss. So it's good for just like a quick trade, right? A quick trade to get in and out. But this isn't something that I would probably invest in and then like just let it, set it and forget it type of deal, unless I knew it was a longer term investment. But just keep that in mind. There's less of a plan when you go this way, which if you're using margin could mean you lose a lot of money, right? Because you don't have a plan going in your investment. So you want to think about, having a plan too. It almost looks like it could be more like gambling, right? It's very easy to get in and out of a trade. It's awesome. It's easy, but it's also an easy way to lose money if you don't have a plan beforehand.
So
just keep that in mind.
Unfortunately, that was a flat trade, but you could have made money.
So we want to thank you for taking this journey
Get the disclaimers in.
with us. We're going to have 3 more sessions over the course of the next 2 days with the people that built this offering and a couple industry professionals, futures industry professionals that'll talk to us about the asset class in general. But I want to conclude by saying, I've been trading for a very long time and used a lot of different offerings and apps, and I'm telling you.
There's 2 things. Number 1, there's no fees. So if you invest this way, there's no fees. Number 2, some people were asking that there should be another prompt because you don't want to accidentally place a trade. So that's something to think about too. I don't know if how they're going to approach that as we, start to use this feature.
This is world class. And just the idea that we can deliver something so that you can all, in the palm of your hand, have access to the market, have a comprehensive understanding of what's happening around the clock, hedge risk, hearing your feedback. Thank you.
Just going to skip ahead. Skip ahead a little bit.
What do you guys think of the ladder? I think you're really going to like it. We've enjoyed building it. It's very tactile, very intuitive. It's just you and the order book. And we're already planning to bring it to more assets that you can trade. So we're looking into getting it for stocks, options, and crypto trading as well. So rollout of futures. We're looking to roll out futures in the coming months, so you'll see that soon. And we're also working on a surprise for the rollout. So stay tuned to hear about that, perhaps as soon as in the next couple of weeks. Before we move on, let me cover pricing. So we cared about two things when we think about the pricing. One, we wanted to keep it industry leading. We also wanted it to be simple. So when we look at where the market is, our competitors charge anywhere from $150 to $225 per contract. And on top of this, they add mandatory market data subscription fees. So it can be quite complex and also a lot. So Robinhood pricing. For futures, it'll be just 50 cents a contract for our gold subscribers. And 75 cents for non-gold. So hopefully we've kept our promise there.
So, we usually see percentages or $5 or more for a contract if you're using something, even $15. It really depends on your volume, but usually minimum $5 for a contract. And now they're saying 50 cents. The contracts, essentially, if you're trading options or futures or what have you, you have one contract making up around the equivalent of 100 shares. So let's say the price is $9, per share. You're looking at a $900 contract or something like that. Let's say you're going to pay 50 cents on that if you're Robinhood Gold. So it's really not wild. It's pretty. It'd be better if it was free. That's what people would like to see. But when you look at other companies and how they're approaching it, it seems that is much better than other companies. Robinhood already has commission free on regular investing. So, pick your apples and oranges. They have a lower margin rate, and they have other ways that they make you more money. It's like they're already better than the rest of the market with the 50 cents, but it's still a little bit crazy. That's like, okay, they're charging 50 cents, but it's like, how much of a difference really would that be for them to go free, right? If the average contract, let's say, is $500 to or more, how crazy is it really to just go like free, right? They're already offering margin, everything else. To me, it's like, why not? But you got to pick your apples and oranges.
Finally, if you're ready, I want to share a story with you today, a legend, if you will. Let's go back in time.
Let's see, guys. This is like, we're now going Elon mode where we don't need hard numbers. Let's just tell this very deep story.
To 1980. The financial services world is dominated by ancient, slow-moving institutions like Merrill Lynch and Morgan Stanley. They guard the gates to the markets, allowing access only to the wealthy, charging commissions in the hundreds of dollars per trade. But meanwhile, in Palo Alto, California, a physicist named Bill Porter has just bought an Apple II computer and gets an idea. What if he could use it to trade stocks from his home? At a party, he meets a computer programmer named Bernie Newcomb, and together they create a company to pursue this idea. 3 years of hard work later.
I love how they're not scared to essentially puts the responsibility of the past and how the markets have been manipulated onto those big companies. But I'm not too eager to go
Sends
through
the
that.
began by TD Ameritrade, absorbed into the institution way of the old.
I would imagine, he's saying it used to be really hard. Now people place trades from their computers, and then now people place trades from their phones.
Dark ages of trading.
Can't miss this reveal. That's nice. Yeah, it looks really clean. It looks clean. That's what I like to see. They need that.
All right. I'm
Looks
excited
good.
to introduce you today to Robinhood Legend, our new state-of-the-art desktop platform built from the ground up just for active traders. So, we're going to have a little fun with this in a sec. Okay, when we talked to our most passionate traders, they had a few things they cared a lot about, including speed, stability, customization. Now, they were also tired of paying outside services to get things like analysis, charts. They wanted the charts right where they traded for free. So we reimagined what an active trader platform on desktop would look like today if we built it with the latest technology and the best charts. And now, I'd like to introduce Abhishek Fatehpuria, our Senior Director of Product, one of the legends behind Robinhood Legend, and he's going to demo it for us.
All right.
How you doing?
Thanks, Vlad. And look at this crowd. This crowd's amazing. I'm really excited about Robinhood Legend, and I'm excited to give you a sneak peek today. So, in the past, to use an advanced trading platform, you needed to really get trained on it. It would take hours to set up and weeks to get used to. So, one of our goals with Robinhood Legend was to build an experience where you can log in, customize the trading platform you want, and get to your first trade in under a few minutes, all inside of a browser. No downloading required, no installing required. So I could show you how easy it is, but I've been using Robinhood Legend for months now, so you might not believe me. So we're going to try something a little bit different, and we actually have a special guest here, Vlad's dad, who has never seen Legend before yesterday, and he is going to help us with a demo. So come on up, Mr. Tenev.
All right. Hey. Hi. Hi, everyone.
You know those emails you guys got inviting you to come to this event? So my dad received one of these, and he calls me, and he said, hey, I got an email from Robinhood. Should I go to this thing?
That's true.
So
That's true.
sounds like you're a pretty active Robinhood user.
Well, I've been a long-standing customer, and I've been enjoying the ease and the intuitive features of the
Yeah.
platform. So I
Yeah,
hope
we're
to
glad to
see
have you.
something like that.
We're
being
glad to have you
continued.
as part of the community. So why don't we step up
Okay.
and look at Robinhood Legend. So we have an empty setup here,
Okay.
and we're just going to get started by building a layout. Why don't we start by adding a watch list?
All right.
Super easy, right?
Well,
Let's keep going. Let's add a chart so that we
okay.
can look at some prices.
All right.
And then let's maybe finish this layout out with recent orders and positions, maybe? There's a lot of trading activity in this account.
I feel like the examples of people they bring in, they don't really know what's happening at all.
All right.
Cool, and we got a full layout, guys.
Okay.
All right. So before I let you go, I actually do want to place a trade. And it's
Okay.
extended hours right now, so we can trade. So why don't you pick a...
But it looks really awesome. The whole platform looks amazing. I'm impressed with how they've designed it.
stock that we're going to place a trade for.
All right, I'll about this one. Okay, Caterpillar.
Have you already done some research on this stock?
I know a little bit. I'm a believer in American infrastructure, which I hope something happens to it.
We all love American infrastructure. So this is not a trade recommendation,
That's it, yes.
but
We all love American infrastructure, don't we? Gotta love American infrastructure. I wake up in the morning and man, that American infrastructure, ooh, so good.
we're going to go ahead and place a trade anyways. So why don't we go ahead and buy Caterpillar?
Okay,
I also love the ticker.
okay. All right,
All right.
all right, let's click here. All right,
And we've got a fill.
something
Let's
happened.
do a round of applause. I think we got a
Yeah,
fill.
okay.
And then
Thank
we
you.
also, yeah, well, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Give a round of applause for Mr. Tenev, everyone. How do you do, Vlad?
Not bad. Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, we'll check in on the trade tomorrow. So why don't we talk about charts? So when we were building Robinhood Legend, charts were really important to us. One thing we learned really quickly when we were building this platform was that many of you, not only do you spend hours on charts, many of you pay hundreds of dollars on outside platforms for charts that aren't even on your brokerage. And we didn't think that was cool. So on Robinhood Legend, our goal was to build high-performance charting that gives you everything you need, all inside the trading platform at no additional cost. So let's dive in. I'm going to start by creating one of our templates, one of my favorite templates, called a chart spotlight. So we'll get a watch list and a chart so that we can look at a bigger chart. So the first thing I'm going to do is zoom out. Really cool animations.
Look at how fast that is.
And then let's add a few technical indicators from the menu up here. So we'll add a few simple moving averages. We'll add an RSI. Vlad, do you have any favorites?
Why don't you add the show them the Ichimoku cloud?
Yeah,
That's my
I know
personal favorite.
I know that's your favorite. I don't know if there's any Ichimoku cloud users out there, but oh, looks like we have one.
It's a lesser known indicator.
Yeah. So next, we're going to go and find an entry point. And for the technicians out there on Reddit, please don't roast me if I do this wrong. But let's do it anyway. So I'm going to zoom into 1 week. I'm going to hide the Ichimoku clouds.
Oh,
Get
come
out.
on, Abhishek.
Yeah, I'm not as hardcore as you.
How are you going to find that entry point?
Yeah, let's go to Tesla. I've been watching Tesla. Cool stock. And then go back to a week. And then let's draw maybe a demand zone. About right here. Yeah, there we go. And then let's just extend it out. And then let's say we actually want to place a trade. So I don't have to go anywhere else. I can do it directly from the chart. So all I have to do is hit the plus button here, press buy limit, and our order's placed. Pretty cool. Super smooth.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Now let's try to get a fill. So I don't have to cancel this order, place a new order, and all that stuff. All I have to do is drag it above the current price, make it marketable, replace it, and we've got our share of Tesla. Pretty cool.
That was really great to see. So, do you want to show them some of the 24-hour market functionality?
Yeah. I think Robinhood Legend works great on 24-hour market. What I like to do is go to tick charts, smooth out the candles. You can go down to 2 ticks on Robinhood. And one thing that I was doing last week was watching the Tesla event at night with Robinhood Legend on one side of my screen and the event on the other side of the screen. And it was really cool to see the markets react live to their product announcements. It's going up as they did the CyberCap demo. Then it went down a little bit when they brought out the RoboVan. But it's really cool to see in 24-hour market.
Cool. Well, I think you guys are going to love. There's 2 interfaces that allow you to trade directly from the market data now. The Robinhood Ladder on mobile, and now trading from the chart from Robinhood Legend.
It's really cool.
We think you
It's
all are
super
really going to
smooth.
love it.
It's got everything.
So, some of you in the audience might have been wondering what was underneath the curtain over there when you were walking in. Well, I want to show you how Robinhood Legend works on more than just one monitor. Because we know as traders, we just want more space on the screen. So let's go and take a look.
Ooh,
And this is a 4-screen trading setup.
look at that flare.
Yeah, great flair. So the first thing we're going to do is enter our very complex password, which is just enter. And we've got 4 monitors, all up together. And this is actually all off of one computer, so it's super cool. Let's take a look. I've got one screen here, looks pretty similar, all the way on the left, looks pretty similar to what we were just looking at, but then I've got an options chain on one. I've got 4 charts, all of the same stock on different time frames, and then I've just got 8 charts here of stocks that I've been keeping my eye on. So let's see how this works when they all work together. As you can see, this watch list, the chart, the chain, and these 4 charts are all linked together. So let's say I want.
It feels like really complicated, honestly. I don't trade like that at all, so it's not for me. I don't know, like if you can look at all of those charts and somehow turn a profit, like tell me that that's not distracting to have that many charts open. Like what information could you possibly be getting that's so good that you are going to make more money by having all of these charts open? Like it does not make sense to me ever. Like I've been trading for years. I have one chart. I focus on one stock, on one movement. Think about the robots that are trading for the hedge funds. They make decisions in under 3 seconds, under a second. So to think that you could have all these charts open, be looking at all these different things at the same time, and still be able to make a very quick decision. I know that a lot of people like to have charts open, and it looks great. But I could show you just one chart and be totally on track to have a successful trade. So I've never really played into that, all of the charts at once. But there are certain people that will see this and say, yeah, and if it, all power to you.
Wanted to open a credit spread for Apple. All I have to do is hit Apple over here. We'll see the chain change. We'll see the 4 charts change all together. And then I can go over to the chain, select 2 contracts, just like a shopping cart, and hit submit. And the market's closed right now, so it's not going to fill. But it's pretty cool that it works with all 4.
Yeah, and I have to catch myself too, guys. I don't want to be hating on the app. I use Robinhood every single day. I love it. It's great for innovation. And I don't have an app that I've created that's even close to Robinhood, so I don't really have much to say there. But what I could tell you is I would love to see, for example, the charting of how they have what you select. Like you could select and draw on the chart like you do on the computer. If you could do that on a mobile device, I would find that to be extremely valuable. I mean, they have the RSI, they have the MACD, they have all the indicators and tools that you need on the phone. The only thing really that's missing in my eyes is being able to chart and actually draw on the chart and then scale the chart size and time frame and still have those drawings adjust based on your scaling of your chart. That is so valuable, and I'd love to be able to see that. So if they went more in the direction of innovating towards the mobile phone, because the mobile phone is really what everyone has access to, and what is the most effective for you to profit if you're trying to do it fully on the go, then I think they'd see a lot more of a positive reinforcement of the platform. There are some people that are saying, we've seen this on other platforms, what have you, but I believe it's good that they're inputting this tech, and I will use this 100%. But just to if there's one thing that would really make a difference, I'd say it's charting and drawing on the mobile device, and even being able to save those charts and come back to them later and say, oh, here's what I charted up in the past on this stock. Like, to me, that would be extremely valuable, and I'd love to see that next. But I love the sound effects too.
you might be wondering, what if I want even more monitors? So back at the office, we've actually tested this
Okay, I am not wondering. Can this work for more monitors? All right, but it's
with up to 7 monitors. So we're really looking
we got 7 monitors. I got 1,000 monitors running at once, and I can see over 10 million stocks, and I can invest in all of these at once.
forward to seeing how you all set Robinhood Legend up. We were worried that the demo desk here would collapse if we added more monitors, so we couldn't do it for the demo. But speaking of a wall of monitors, one thing that was really important to us is, as traders, you stare at monitors all day, and it can get tiring to stare at it. So one thing that was really important to us was to make the Robinhood Legend experience feel inspiring to use. So to talk a little bit about how we did that, I want to introduce Courtney Hefferman, who led the design team on Robinhood Legend.
Thanks, Abhishek. Hi, everyone. You may have noticed that while Abhishek has been giving this demo, there's been this glow in the background. And you've seen this theme throughout the entire presentation, and you're probably wondering, what the heck is that? It's something we've been calling the aura. And it's not just the glow from Abhishek being really damn excited to use this thing. It's a virtual light source that helps you keep track of which market session you're in.
Dopamine. When you start up your Robinhood app and you're down $1,000, but you hear that sound effect and you're like, everything's gonna be okay.
And in case you were wondering, it's customizable too. So you can switch between the market session aura, which you just saw, or the one that tracks your account performance.
I love that. So you can see, green or red, how we've seen it, but it's based on your profit loss, which is excellent. The one thing that happens is I'll purchase a stock to take advantage of a recovery after it has dipped. And it's like, you see it recovering, you might be up money, but the stock still shows red. They're saying we can actually base the color of the screen on your profit and loss, which is really great. I like to see that.
What's really cool about this is that you don't have to constantly stare at your screen. You can walk away from your desk, and the sound and aura cues can keep you up to date. Maybe you're a little bit hungry. Maybe you just needed to make a sandwich.
That's very relatable.
Later, when you start using Legend, you'll notice that we carried this theme through in other places, like when you're making a trade or linking your widgets. I'm excited for you all to try it out. And with that, I'll hand it back to Vlad to wrap us up.
Thanks, Courtney. Thank you to Abhishek as well. And we really think for many people, including those in this room, this will likely become the primary way you trade on Robinhood. And I think we've come a long way from an investing app on your phone all the way to a desktop platform for advanced traders.
That's a really interesting way to look at it. He's like, we've come a long way from phone to desktop. I would like to say, like, we've come a long way from an app on your phone to a full-fledged app. Because the pinnacle for me is like being able to profit on the go with a device in the palm of my hand. And I think a lot of people could relate to that. That's and they've given us the tools. It's great. It's easy to trade on your phone, but it's also like powerful that you can use this on the desktop. I do a lot of my video recording on the desktop. So it's possible we'll be using Robinhood Legend here for most of our trade analysis and looking at companies.
And you can probably see our new brand colors, Robinhood Neon, and the red integrated throughout the product. So the great thing about Legends, they never die, they grow with you. And this is really just the beginning of what Robinhood Legend can do. There's so much more coming. The team is already hard at work on what's next. Support for crypto, index options and futures, which you saw today. We'll also be adding news, screeners, more indicators and drawing tools, and much more. And of course, Legend is available free for our traders. So we'll be rolling Legend out over the next few weeks, starting right now. And I'm really excited for you to explore all the tools we've built and are continuing to build to match whatever your personal trading style may be. All right, so we've covered a lot today. Why don't we go back to some of those negative tweets from earlier? Look at that. Oh. We've addressed all of it. Okay, maybe all of it, maybe not all of it, but that one's coming later this year.
What does it say? Robinhood is a pretty amateur platform. Can't even specify tax lots on sales. Man, that's pretty, that's a stretch to say it's totally amateur if that's the only thing. I mean, after what they just showed, it's about to be an expert platform.
So a recap, here's what's new and what's coming for our active traders. Lowered margin rates to the lowest among leading brokerages, upgrading our options experience with, among other things, simulated returns.
Simulated returns is absolutely something we need to think about, guys. AI is coming so far. So if you have a tool that can be powered by AI to give you a simulated return on what you're going to make, and if that AI is able to be extremely smart and really come above a 50% accuracy, like, guys, we're talking about easy money in the markets. Absolutely. I mean, I don't want to say you have to do nothing, but that's pretty close to having to do about nothing to be able to invest your money. So simulated trading was one of the things I was most excited for and see the most potential in out of everything that we've seen in today's presentation.
Realize P&L with tax lot management coming later this year. Index options, and of course futures with the Robinhood ladder. And finally, Robinhood Legend, our new desktop platform built specifically for active traders. And while all of this might be exciting and takes care of some of the biggest requests we've been seeing, today's not just about announcing new products and features, it's about conveying our commitment to getting behind our most active traders, like many of you here today, continuing to give you the best, most powerfully built tools so that you would be at a disadvantage using any other platform. So for those of you here at our first Hood Summit, we'll be teaching you more about these new products and assets over the next few days. We'll also be giving everyone here at the summit early access to Legend. Now, we have some folks on the live stream as well. We haven't forgotten about you. You have the opportunity to get early access as well. So the first 1,000 people to visit robinhood.com/legend on your desktop or laptop and log into their Robinhood account will get access to Robinhood Legend right now, instantly. It's only for the live stream, don't worry. The folks here will get it anyway. Those of you who aren't in the lucky 1,000 will be at the top of the list as soon as we do the next rollout, which will be very soon. So this will be a fast rollout. Okay, one last announcement.
There's not
so
too
more
much
and
I
more
could do.
people have been moving their trading activity to Robinhood, particularly this year. We wanted to do something extra special to commemorate this big step forward for trading. So if you're bringing over a brokerage account, we will add 1% to whatever you transfer. But that's not all. For account transfers with at least 10,000 in margin balance, we're bringing that up to 2%. And this one has been people's favorite, 3% on IRA transfers, so retirement account transfers for our gold members. Now this 1, 2, 3 bonus, completely uncapped. There's no limit to what you can bring over. And we're doing it for the entirety of Hood Week, which runs from now until October 27th. So we really want to thank you for letting us share with you all that we've been working on. And I'll be around for the rest of the summit. I'm looking forward to hearing what you're most excited about and also what you'd like to see from us next. Thank you all for coming to the first Hood Summit. We really hope you enjoy.
I was seeing if I was able to somehow work through the HTML to be able to unlock the early access because I'm late. But I don't think there's a way. This user-centric data created at, and is that like a time that if I adjust the time that I post companion? Yeah, I was gonna see if I could possibly unlock the beta early if it was based on something that was in the HTML, which would be kind of funny, right? Feature settings? No. Block size, root? No. Yeah, I don't see anything else. I don't think there. That would be cool, right? Could you imagine? That would be a great video. Legend onboarding max block size. That's assets generated. No, that's a PNG. Background. Padding. No. Yeah, that would be cool. Class. Yeah. Yeah, most likely not able to do that. Right? Yeah, that's okay. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully I get Robinhood Legend access soon. I'm about to just, send them an email so I can break it down for you guys and start using the platform. But yeah, it looks really great. They have widgets for everything, including, it's like everything you have on your phone, but more advanced in the computer. And indicators are important to have. It's something I would absolutely use, and I would love to show you guys how to use it. As we get into what the future holds with as we get into the future here with Robinhood, there's a couple things that I would like to share with you guys. So we have so many innovations that are happening. We have new technology that's going on. There's the stock market, there's crypto. There's everything you can imagine in the world right now is innovating. There's always these crazy innovations that are happening. And I want to keep you guys up to date. I want to give you guys the best information possible. And one way to do that is by going live each and every day on the channel, sharing with you guys different things that happen. And I want to hear exactly what you guys believe is going to be something that will be innovative in the future. So we can always break it down. Right now we're talking about microchips, semiconductors, talking about innovation in the investing space like this right here. We're talking about Tesla and new technology that's impacting transportation. And there's so many different things to look at. If you're one thing is if you're trying to cover everything. You'll cover nothing. Right? That's just like looking at all the screens on their presentation. It's like if you're trying to look at all of these different charts, you're not going to be able to focus on one investment profitably. You're going to be a lot better off having one focus. And so I'd like to have that here on the channel, and I'd like to make sure that you guys like what we have going. Some of you guys joining right now, we have investing content, and we have this breakdown of investing content. But I do a lot of music. I do a lot of producing and business. And I'm in Bogota right now, looking at these beautiful mountains. And there's some really cool experiences that I could share. And I could show you guys, the country. And I can also there's a label that my wife is going to sing with right now. Meeting all these famous artists here in Colombia, Latin artists. And it's a really interesting kind of dynamic that's going on. And I'm I'm eager to be interested in those things, but at the same time, I want to focus on the power of business investing and giving you guys value. The way that I've been able to make the most money in my life is by becoming the person that is able to provide to give that value. And when I give that value, then I have more value. And I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the most value. And so this presentation today, I believe it's helpful. I hope that it has been for you. We're going to be covering a lot more stocks. We're going to be covering some investments that I've recently made that have gone really well. I'm also going to be talk about living. They did this presentation in Miami. I actually lived in Miami. I just flew from Miami. Lived there. And I'd like to talk about what that's like. There's a lot of very successful people there. There's also a lot of scammers. There's a lot of people that are on the opposite side of the spectrum or obtain their money. I don't want to say wealth because it's not wealth, but they obtain their money unethically. And so there's so many different things happening right now. But it all really comes down to one thing. It's like sharing with you guys what you can benefit from when I give it to you. It's going to hopefully impact your life. Because there's times we'll have a conversation where I'll invest in a stock and I'll be showing how I'm investing in it and what my thought process is. And then I get a message later from someone and they say, I just made $900 in the stock that you broke down. And they don't invest because I told them they invest because they're learning how to invest. And to me, that's the best feeling that we could have. I was thinking about starting a YouTube channel. I was on the fence, and you made that YouTube video about how you started your channel and what you do. And now I started a YouTube channel, and I just got monetized. Now I'm making this much per month. Like that's actually happened. I had a guy Jeremy send me a message and said that he started a YouTube channel. He's like, I had a. He was terrified to start it. I made one video. I only have one video about how to start a YouTube channel, or how I reached 3,000 subscribers. And he sends me a message a couple months later. And says, hey, that video really inspired me. Where you showed me how much you're making and everything else. Got monetized. That doesn't get much better than that. And so I hope that by you guys watching videos on my channel, I'll do that for you. One other thing is obviously to run our online business. I have to offer to do marketing. And I've had to develop those skills over the course of 10 years, learning copywriting, how to write emails, how to automate emails, how to build online funnels and things like that. That you can sell your products online. And so those are just things that hopefully I would imagine sharing that would be valuable for you guys as well. But I've found myself investing each day. I've found myself using investment platforms like Robinhood, and it's allowed me to capitalize on more profitable opportunities. And I've been able to stay up to date in the markets, share that with you guys, and I've really enjoyed that. So I think we're going to be doing more of that. And I would hope that you guys got value out of this video. If you did, I encourage you to check out our second link description. StockMate. That's our community where you can learn to invest with me and watch me trade live each and every day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.